It is another beautiful day and another day to find something to smile about, another day to enjoy. I really think that most days are here for us to enjoy them. It's, it's natural. It's a normal progression along. A quick visual descriptor before we get going. I have long brown hair, glasses, a black shirt, coffee mug in hand. Behind me, we have some beautiful trees with some light pouring through them. And I think the light is actually hitting me a little bit too. So that's just fun. It's all this light, all this stuff. It's warmth. It's goodness. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a great deal. Get your coffee, tea, whatever it may be, whatever gets your day going. This is some good coffee. Very good coffee. Just one more sip there before I get going. I want to talk to you about continuous growth. What is continuous growth? Why do we want continuous growth? Is there a specific form growth should take? And the good news is, no, there's no particular form that growth needs to take for you. Why do we want continuous growth? So we can constantly be becoming a better version of ourselves. And how should you go about it? Well, exploration. Exploration of yourself, exploration of your interests, exploration of your skills. And that's the really basic version of what I'm going to say here, because it really starts first and foremost with you. That very initial layer and level of what you're doing now, and then asking, where do I want to be? Do you want to do what you're doing now forever? This is not a trick question. It's just a question. Because, some of you might actually say, yeah, I want to keep doing what I'm doing and I want to do it for the rest of my life. Wonderful. Great. So you know your goal, and that means you're on your path already. But that doesn't mean that growth is out of the question, or continuous growth, or moving upward further and further and further over time. Continuous growth starts, as I said, with knowing where we want to be. Now let's talk about some ways that growth can happen. Way number one is just working on the skills that you possess. If you have a particular skill set, work on that skill set if that's what you want to do. If you don't have a particular skill set, but you want to get yourself to being that type of person or that type of skilled creator or worker or entrepreneur, well, then you're going to have to go ahead and learn those skills. On the outside, it's a simple proposition. Internally, it can fill us with dread. Whether it's something we're already doing or something we want to learn how to do, we can be filled with dread, anxiety, nervousness. That's okay. That is 100% okay. You're allowed to just be nervous about what you're going to do, about what you are doing, about where you are in your life. And it's okay to have fear. Fear is going to be present whether you're in a field for a month or 5 years or a decade. I've been writing for the better part of my life. And I've been published and out in the world as a writer since 2013. Looking at the calendar, that's almost a decade, but it doesn't mean I don't still get nervous. I don't still worry. I don't still rack my brain over what I'm doing. So it's okay for you to feel the same. Morning over there on Twitch. How are you doing? I hope you have your cup on. It's okay for us to feel like we don't know what we're doing, especially as we grow in our dreams, our goals. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. And that is actually an aspect of continuous growth. From the point A to the point B, but you're already looking at point F. Don't look at point F. It's not the way you need to grow. Point F is far in the distance. You can acknowledge, I want to get to that place, but first you need to get to point B. So let's acknowledge a few things that are going to be really crucial for your growth. And obviously, I've already said working on your skills or learning the skills that you want to have. But is that all there is to it? Of course not. Because skills in and to themselves do not make actual growth. They make the potential for growth. So once you've identified what you want to do or where you want to be, and once you start working on the skills you need for that thing, you need to start learning about the goal itself. So I was using beforehand, I'm a writer, so if I want to know more about growing as a writer, I can't just learn to be a better writer. I also have to learn what that actually means. And that's actually a very difficult hurdle to get over, learning kind of the meaning or the underpinnings of what you want to do. Now, the first place that obviously you can start is you can go ahead, you can open up a search engine, or you can get on YouTube and you can start looking for kind of some sort of understanding of maybe the responsibilities or the expectations, as little as we want to think about expectations, the expectations of that end point that you want to get to. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, you're going to need to learn kind of the expectations of what you need to do as an entrepreneur. Or, if you want to be a better salesperson, again, the same thing applies. You want to be a better writer or you want to be a better artist, whatever your field is, you're going to need to learn kind of what people are going to need from you. And it's not just your skills in your field. And this seems very, very intangible, doesn't it? It doesn't seem like it necessarily drives what you're doing, but it does. You want to be an actor and you become an amazing actor, but you can't get a job as an actor. Is that because you're not a good actor, or is that because you don't understand things like interviews, casting calls, open calls? You don't understand all of these other aspects. You don't know that, you don't need an agent, but an agent can help. And there are agents who you don't have to pay into right away. You can actually go ahead and sign a percentage deal with them right away. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. That's so kind of you to say. Now, the same thing's going to go for a lot of different types of skills and abilities. So I'm also an artist, and I've been painting, again, the majority of my life. I've been making art in one way or another, but being a good artist doesn't make me a successful artist. No, actually, going out and trying to sign up for open competitions, jury competitions, submitting art to, to shows, submitting art to publishers, submitting art to magazines, these various things that you're going to need to do to really become part of the community. Now, one of the things that I did, now I've been in an art show, but I set up a workshop to teach other people, and this actually brings me closer to being the level of professional artist I want to be. It's more people who are engaging not only with my art, but it's more people engaging in my style and my kind of art. And this is just really hammering home that while we grow, oftentimes we have to take on other duties, other responsibilities. If you want to start a business, you're going to have to either learn how to do accounting or get an accountant, because that's going to happen in life. If you want to open a bakery or a deli, you're going to need to actually go ahead and get approved by your county or your state to be able to sell prepared food. You don't know how to do that, but you're going to have to learn how to do that, or you're going to have to find someone who can do it for you. So these are aspects of continuous growth. And you're definitely going to have to look into the rules and the regulations. Thank you so much. I have really enjoyed teaching those workshops, which, by the way, I'm going to be dropping a link today where you can go ahead and sign up for those workshops. But before we get to that, let's talk about another aspect of continuous growth. So obviously, we need to know where we're going, we need to work on our skills, and we need to learn the other responsibilities and expectations that are required to reach your end point. What you're also going to need to start doing is you're actually going to need to start owning that goal. So publicly speaking, you're going to actually have to introduce yourself online, on your social media. When you're networking, you're going to have to start introducing yourself as the thing that you are becoming, as the job, as the title that you're working towards. If you're aspiring to be a doctor, you can be like, I'm a nurse, but I'm working at becoming a doctor. You know, you put it in. When people want to know about you, that has to be inserted in there. If people want to know what you do, you really have to put it out there. And on, pardon me, and on your website and on your social media, you're going to start to put these things there, these blocks, these kind of nods to the reality that you wish to create, or the reality you're living that you want to expand upon. I have an art website, and I have art posts, and I have an art-based Instagram and Twitter. These are things that I put out there to the world because that's how I want people to see me. I want people to see me as an artist, as a filmmaker, as an author, because this is what I want to do, and this is what I am doing. We have to really manifest that endpoint. We can't just assume that we're going to get amazing at building ladders and then everybody's going to want our ladders. Oh, I'm the best ladder builder that in my state, in my country. Well, that's great. Who knows? Who knows that you build ladders? You have a ladder store? You have a ladder website? You have posts about the ladders you build somewhere that people can see them and find them. Are you tagging those posts? Ladder builder extraordinaire. Did you make a YouTube? A Vimeo? How are you showing people? That's going to take a large role in our continuous growth. Now, get yourself an extra cuppa. You definitely deserve one. I really enjoy talking about this subject a little bit more, and I actually intend to, because it's just really important that we share what we know and what we've experienced with other people. I have had amazing people who helped me learn how to do what I'm doing. So none of us does it really alone. We can't just be an island and unto ourselves. We're going to need mentors or people to look up to, or we're just going to need to absorb the information from around the world. Whether it's your teachers in school or in college that somehow manage to get you set up with your next big journey, or whether it's your colleagues or your, even your competition, however you might look at it, and whoever it might be, remember, you can't grow in your skill and succeed on skill alone. And it can be annoying, but it's the truth. Get yourself an extra copy. You deserve one. Little sip of coffee. Now, 2 quick things. Thing number 1, I'm sharing a link for where you can sign up for the Art of Feeling and Abstract Art Workshop. Exactly. This is one of the main reasons. An Abstract Art Workshop. Now, the Art of Feeling is open to anyone, no matter your skill level. So I want you to know, if you've never picked up a paintbrush, you are very welcome. And if you've been painting your entire life, you're very welcome. This is about abstract art, but it's also about feeling what we're doing and doing what we're feeling. You don't need to know how to make a straight line. You don't need to know how to paint a realistic face. All you need to know how to do is feel. And that can be difficult for some people, but sometimes expressing ourselves in the paint is so freeing and so fun and so wonderful. It is a fluidity. It is fluidity, not rigidity. That's something I say sometimes in workshops, and it's kind of a baseline philosophy for the style of art I do. Now, the Art of Feeling, all you're going to need is something to paint with, something to paint on, and some paint. So if you have some brushes, some paper, and some basic paints you've picked up somewhere or that maybe your kids have, that's perfectly fine. But on the listing, there's also a recommended supplies list, as well as a link to my Amazon storefront where you can buy some budget supplies. However you come at it, just join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. The next one is September 17th, I believe, or 16th. Either way, you'll see actually when you click on the link, you'll go. I'm doing it every 3rd Saturday of the month for the remainder of the year. And you most certainly are welcome to join us and to experience the fun, a little bit of art history, some learning of techniques, and getting to paint together with a group. You can leave your camera on, or you can turn it off and leave your microphone off the whole time, or you can get involved. That, again, is based on how you want to approach it. If you just want to follow along with the lesson and everything that we're doing, that is perfectly fine. And well, we'll be very happy to have you there. Now, oh, that is excellent. All right, so definitely. Now, thank you everyone for being here. I want you to have a wonderful day. And I want you to consider your growth in whatever it is you wish to do and consider how that might go. And even though I don't have the link geared up, there's also a really awesome community that's just been started up, Focus on Growth. So if you follow Silver Fox Talks anywhere, or my amazing friend DJ, go check that out, because Focus on Growth is absolutely awesome. You should really check that out. I'm pretty sure I've been, yeah, I'm going to share some links. So I think I've already gotten some stuff that's set aside somewhere, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab it, I'm going to share it so all of you can find out about it. Have an absolutely wonderful day. I'm going to get out of here. Be excellent. Take care, and I'll see you again all real soon. Bye, everybody. Thank you.